here. How are you? Thought I'd create a quick video for you on how to get into BI and Visual Crossing. So before you do anything, within Internet Explorer, go into Tools, and then Internet Options, Security, Custom Level, scroll all the way down, and if you can select the automatic logon with current username and password. I've actually got your account linked to your Windows account. So go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to change mine back to that just because I sign on as different people throughout the day. So to get into BI, bi.rightheight.com, click Continue, and I am going to sign in as you. And then your social security number, actually the last 6 digits. Oops. Revenue. And then within the revenue project, you actually can do a couple different views here. I prefer to look at the big icons. And under there I have a folder just for Visual Crossing. So click here. And like I said to you earlier, we're having issues with some of the, well, actually quite a few of the layers. So I've talked to Scott McDermott. He's not seeing the same thing, so I think I know what might be happening. So it's in his hands right now. But for now, let's just simply go into territory analysis, and I'll kind of randomly pick one of those and see if it works for you. I've got a bad version of Internet Explorer, by the way, so it the icons kind of go in and out. So go into Maps, and I will pick Independent Reps. And then again here too, my graphics are kind of jazzed up, so I will go into the list view, and I will pick this guy here, so territory analysis with customer zip, county, and state. Left click on it, run it. Very busy page here, but pretty simple here. You have orders versus sales. Here we can pick what years we want to populate in the report. So I'll pick 13, 14, 15. Here I will pick my representative. So a couple of different ways you can do this. Here you have choose geographic representative, and then if I go down to number 6, I have choose representative. The difference there is if you were to pick, for example, we'll go to Arbonne. If I were to pick Arbonne Southeast, this would give me all the Arbonne Southeast sales according to Enterprise One, meaning every single sale order that they got credit on. In the case of Visual, you would want to pick geographic salesperson, because then you are only getting customers with the zip code within that Arbonne Southeast territory, being the Florida, the Georgia, and the New Orleans area. Now, there's many other choices within that prompt. You can pick salesperson, you can pick all the way down to the product line, category, family, or company level. Right now, the default for that report is to have product, company equal to right height, door, Fromouth, and aftermarket. Okay, so what it's done now is it knows that we've selected southeast, so it kind of goes to that section of the U.S. And if you get that pop-up, just do allow. And a couple different things I can show you here. You can click anywhere on the map, move it around. Static layers versus geographic layers. The static layer, in this case I have representative selected, gives me a line all the way around the territory. If I turn that off, I simply turn that static outline off. Sales manager, so then you'll see Bill versus Gardner versus Scott. Here's even further, salesperson, and that'll just simply give you kind of a mess here, but diagram around that salesperson's territory. And all these territories are 100% defined by the zip code that rolls into them. Right now at Bing, I have as a default. You can also choose Google if you prefer that. I personally prefer Bing, so I have to turn that on and the other one off. You can also choose a couple different views here. You have the row, the hybrid, satellite, so whatever you prefer. In this case, zoomed out, hybrid probably isn't a good idea, but if you're zoomed all the way down to the street level, then it is a good idea. I am going to turn manager on, and we will drill into Florida. A couple ways to drill. You can double click. Actually I have that turned off. I am going to use this compass here and then zoom in here. And we'll go into the Miami area. And now there are different ways to go in there if you prefer to, I believe it's right here, navigation. You can do a radius and then select Miami. And then I believe auto zoom. Oh, I had that wrong. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've messed with this. Not sure why that's not going in there, but let's go in like so for right now. Oh, I remember how to use that. I'll explain that a little bit later. But for right now, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more and show you a couple of different things you can do to get the customer data on that map. So here I have a geolayer, which is, when I say the word geographic, that means that it's ride height data with a geographic component. So you'll notice all the green dots on the map. Small are smaller amounts of revenue, larger are larger amounts of revenue. So here the small dot, $98 RepNet. Here we have a bigger one, Frito-Lay, JTC installers, and I totally control how big, how small that map is. I'm sorry, the dot. Right now I have the legend turned off. Here I turn it on, and I can see, what the stats represent. Hoover's data. Hoover's is basically customers that we've purchased from Hoover's to, I guess, to determine what other opportunities are out there. And I have filters down here that allow me to filter Hoover's data down to just one particular rep. Right now we are zoomed all the way into Florida, so it doesn't matter that we have everything selected. But if you're zoomed out into the entire United States, then you would want to only select Southeast in this case. And you can real quickly see here that we're looking at 3 years of revenue data, and you can clearly see areas that the salesperson is not covering at all. Down here you can see a lot of orange. Again, orange are potential customers, green are ones we've actually done business with. Some other things here, these filters here for the Hoover's layers, you can turn on and off. So you see here, display Hoover sales. This guy, so I'm going to click on all those to make those disappear. And here I have other ways to filter the Hoover's data. Here's by facility size. So if I only want to do 10,000 square feet, now those orange squares are only companies over 10,000 square feet, and I will do number of employees greater than 10. So again, just kind of touching on some of the functionality here. Here's 100, and you'll see less points on the map, and I'm going to change that back to 10. Couple other options here. I have geographic zip code, county, and state. And here's where I'm having the problem. County, I believe, works. So I click on county. Now I can zoom out a bit, and that allows me to color code the counties by volume. So if I let this red guy render, I can then highlight, here's Monroe County, and I can see $906 in revenue. Here's Miami-Dade, $1,384,000. Broward County, Palm Beach. So if you were to hover over, click on every single green dot in that area, it would total $1,384,000. I'm going to turn off county, turn on zip code, and here is what is not working, and then state also is not working. Oh, actually state is working now. That is that's brand new. That's not been working. So there, if I were to highlight here, I get Florida. There's the full 12 million. Now you could also click on county. So now not only would you see state, but you'd see county also. So highlight here. Here we have Collier, and then Florida. Here we have Miami-Dade and Florida. Now if I'm going to zoom out, I'm going to turn off Hoover's and turn off GeoCustomer, just to show you that if you're looking at the larger area, so Georgia, Florida, and then New Orleans, here I have those 3 states here, and all the color coding is by volume. So you can clearly see that Atlanta is doing by far the best between those. If you want, you can put GeoCustomer on now, but it's kind of a mess of data. Unselect. And again, you can highlight here. You can see the state. You can see the county level detail. Here I'm going to turn off county. And again, zip code is not working for the time being. If I want to turn off the Bing view entirely, you can do that. And there's 100 different things I could show you, Pete, but I'm going to limit it to that for right now. But you've got things like prospecting, which would allow you to see to see percentage penetration into territory. You can do routing. You can show the mileage scale if you want. Here you can do the Google Street View. And yeah, that's it for right now, Pete. That's a really good introduction to it. And I encourage you to go in there, play with it. And if you have any questions, give me a call. Bye.